Joining us now to discuss, Aneesh Chopra, president of Care Journey and former U.S. Chief Technology Officer under President Obama. Thanks so much for joining us, Aneesh. I mean, so if they didn't access passwords, what do we think might have gone on, and who is to blame for this? Is this still very much down to lax controls at Twitter?
Well, I would say there are really two ways to access information in a system. One would be the user logging in. That's what you and I do in our personal lives. But the other are administrative access provisions, where staff with certain credentials can access almost the entire database. And these have always been the sensitive areas for attack, because if someone compromises one of those, call them master passwords, then they can do a lot more harm. The whole industry, Twitter is not alone, struggles with how to protect against these attacks. We know we view these as more of asymmetrical warfare, in the words of my friends in the DoD. Attackers can choose many, many sources of ways to come in, and we can constantly try to protect against, build a moat, if you will, around our IT systems, but we know they're going to be constantly pressured. The key here, and this is somewhat good news, at least they were able to uncover the attack with only about an hour or so in, so their response time was, not ideal, but better than perhaps having this thing linger on. But it is a wake-up call for the system as a whole.
Do you think that Twitter was more susceptible to this than other social media companies, or is it not fair to point the finger as specifically at them?
I would say that every digital platform is susceptible. If you asked me what was a keep me up at night issue during my time in the administration, I would say a cyber attack, because anyone and everyone is susceptible. I think most people view these attacks as worrisome when they involve financial scams. Here, that's a really small impact, or your personal information like your health records. But in this case, Twitter is a particularly concerning attack for election misinformation. And so that's yet one more reason for us to be worried if this has downstream effects to the extent that other attacks might follow that are successful.
As this was unfolding, Aneesh, we were all sort of glued to the presidential Twitter account, which we know is quite active, and it doesn't look like he was brought into that. In fact, a White House spokesperson did say his account was secure and that the president will not stop using Twitter. Does he have special protections on that account that make him less vulnerable to something like this?
Well, I am not privy to how Twitter's back-end systems work, but generally speaking, I would imagine he may be keeping his account secure from the way he accesses it, but that these administrative access controls, somebody has access on the back end, and if that particular process is compromised, then we're all at risk. It is possible, we don't know, maybe his account was in some form or fashion capable of being manipulated, but the attackers may not have chosen to use his account to communicate out. So we don't know at this stage exactly the scale of it. But my presumption would be almost all accounts might have been available for these attackers if they had administrative access, which is what it appears to be.
Well, they certainly targeted the most wealthy people out there. Aneesh, clearly we want to stop all of this happening even in the first place. But are we also getting a reminder about the risks around Bitcoin and whether there should be more regulation there? If these things are successful, is it easier then to track and find the perpetrators after the fact if Bitcoin didn't exist and it went through traditional dollars and banking systems?
I would not take the Bitcoin story from this as the area of greatest focus. I think mostly it's about manipulating the digital services that we rely upon. It happens to be it was used for a relatively modest scam on Bitcoin. But the bigger issue is what would have happened if a message was sent that had foreign policy implications, market moving implications, election implications. And so here I'm more worried about the fact that someone's accounts were compromised for use. The fact that they were used for Bitcoin, it's part of the overall debate we're having about keeping that information secure, but I don't think this materially moves the needle on Bitcoin regulation.
Aneesh Chopra, thanks so much for joining us.